What did the white male do?
He shot a black man. He's on the floor right now. He's still alive. He's breathing.
All right, I'm going to get medics on the line with this as well. Just stay on the line with me. This is St. Paul. We need you to come with to Burns Avenue. A male shot a black male and left in a vehicle.
Yes, hello?
A phone number for you in case we get disconnected.
What's your number? Here. I gotta turn him over to see where the gunshot went through at.
Do not touch him without the medic.
Hello?
Tell her not to touch him without speaking to the medic.
I'm sorry, but they're trying to keep him alive and they got pressure on his leg. I'm sorry. We're not moving until medics get here. I'm sorry.
Where's the suspect?
It was a white male in a red pickup truck.
Meanwhile, Minnesota State Patrol dispatch spots the suspect vehicle on traffic cam as it U-turns back toward the shooting location, stopping briefly at a red light. They're directional signaling their intent to drive past the scene.
It looks like he's coming back. He's in a pickup truck like that, and that's it. That's his pickup truck. That's him. That's the man that shot him. We need police, like, right away.
Yep, we already have officers on the way.
Well, the man, he just came back, and he's in a red pickup truck,
Okay,
and
where
it's a
is he?
GMC.
All right, can you see his license plate?
It's okay.
You can't see his, where is he right now? I need you to take a deep breath. I need to know where that car is going, okay?
It's on Burns. I seen him turn from Burns when he shot the man, and then he turned around and shot him. He went away from 61.
It's on there.
Can you give him CPR?
Yep, move.
You want me to keep pressure on his horns?
Hey, where you hit? Where you hit?
Right here.
He does. He's not responsive.
Yep,
He
I see
hasn't
it.
been.
832. We got a shot to the abdomen here. At least two. Not seeing it.
He's alive.
Not seeing it all the way through. He is responsive.
Oh, I'm good.
Okay, he says he's good. Just keep the ambulance coming. Nope, stay down. Stay down. Hey, just talk to me for a second. Listen to me. You got a couple in the abdomen, okay? All right, I'm not going to move you because I don't want to injure anything, okay? But you don't have any blood on the outside right now, okay? All right, you're going to be good, all right? Okay? You hear me? Hey, listen to me. You hear me? You good? Okay. Can you tell me at all what happened, dude? Okay. All right, don't strain yourself, okay? I want you to just stay awake for a sec, okay? Okay? Okay?
Stay with us.
Hey, listen to me. You okay? Stay with me. I know. Just stay away from me, okay?
gotta stay
Come on, give me an extra pair of gloves, will you? I want to see if you got anything on the back, Kong. There's at least 3, it looks like.
Stop breathing for a while.
Hey. Yeah, another pair? Okay. Okay. Medics are here.
You wanna step back in? Yeah. Hey. Belly?
Looks like 3. Maybe this one might have went through.
Stay with me, brother. Hey, stay with me, alright? Stay with me. Okay.
I didn't roll them. I didn't check them.
Okay, we'll roll them once we move them on the stretcher here. Okay. Ready to start.
Get out of your guys' way.
Is this your truck?
Yes. This is yours?
Why don't you get out the phone for a minute? Got any weapons or anything?
In the truck.
Okay.
Unloaded.
Where's it at?
Glove box.
Glove box, gun.
Yes.
Just gonna.
No.
We're just doing investigation, okay?
I understand.
Just go ahead and I'm gonna take your cigarette out of your hand.
Okay, please.
Any lucky fingers? Any weapons on you at all?
No.
You got identification anywhere?
Yes, in the truck. Holster on the seat. There's a holster.
He said it's in the glove box.
It's in the glove box. Unloaded.
His identification's on the truck too.
The gentleman that hit me, if you look at the right bottom end of my truck right there, I pulled over after he hit me, and he went back into his truck and grabbed something. I had my gun on me, and then he went back into the truck. He tried to make a maneuver towards me. I shot him. That's why I pulled over.
You got a side of the story too. We'll get that from you, okay?
It's all part of the investigation. So you racked the round out of the chamber, and took the magazine out?
Yes. I have 4 witnesses that saw the entire thing happen.
Where's the magazine and
Should be in the glove box. If it's not in the bottom, it's in the top.
Okay, I'm just putting in airplane mode just so we got, nothing recording.
No, you're fine. I have pictures of the crash.
Oh, so on your phone or what?
Yeah, on my phone.
Like were you recording video or what?
No. After the crash.
Oh, okay.
The other gentlemen that were with me,
Where are they at?
I'm sure they probably ran.
Why did they run?
Because they were a little bit scared of what the happened, because I told him to run after he ran out to his car. Like he was grabbing something and then ran back.
Do they live in the area?
No. We're going to our buddies in Cottage Grove.
What's their names?
Nick.
Where was he at when this happened?
Behind me.
Like in your truck behind you?
one of
So he's in a separate vehicle?
Separate vehicle.
He's in a separate vehicle? And who's the other guy that was with you?
No one was with me. It was just me by myself.
But you were in tandem with a couple other vehicles, or what?
One other vehicle.
Was anybody with him?
Yes.
Who was with him?
Evan.
And he was a passenger in his vehicle?
Yes.
In Nick's
one
vehicle?
More passenger.
Okay.
Travis. I yelled at him. I said, "Can you please give me your insurance?"
Okay.
Just like that. Not giving me my insurance. He said, "GD gang." I don't know what that means, but he yelled at me a few times saying that.
We got 9mm casings on Burr here. Did you just pull up?
I pulled up after it happened.
Okay.
I put my gun on. He ran back to his car like he was going to, and obviously I'm not going to use my gun unless I absolutely need to.
Okay.
I kept my gun in my waistband, walked to the back of my truck, and I said, "Guys, you just go. Just get the out of here."
You're talking to your friends saying
Yeah,
that?
because they were he was yelling at me.
Okay.
And then I just approached back my truck because I was going to this, I'm leaving.
Okay.
Like, I'm not doing this. And he started running towards me. At that point, my door was still open. I backed out of my truck.
Yeah.
I knelt down and I fired shots.
He was running towards you. Did you see anything in his hands?
I didn't see anything. I saw his hand going under his belt.
Okay.
Well, as if he was going to grab a gun.
Go ahead and stand up.
Yes, sir.
Stop right here. I'm just gonna double lock your cuffs so it won't pile up on you. Have a seat in here. Obviously, what we're gonna do is you're going down to headquarters. We're gonna have the interview formally. Okay.
That's fine.
Oh, there's another one. Yep. It's those pointy ones too.
Yeah.
If I call your buddies, they're gonna come back here.
Yeah.
They're cooperative and everything else.
Absolutely.
Who should I call first? I'm gonna call the driver of the truck.
Okay, call Nick. Nick. Okay, one thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't parked.
Hold on a second. You weren't parked where?
I wasn't parked right there when the
Okay.
incident happened. I was parked behind him, where that it's like a brown Ford Edge is.
Yeah.
That's what the driver was.
Okay, a brown Ford Edge. And so how'd you end up in front of him?
Honestly, escape. Well, I pulled around. I didn't know what the to do.
Okay, because he basically tapped you from behind.
Tapped me from behind, and that.
But you're in front of him at that point.
No. I was behind him, but that's where the whole incident happened. Was behind his Ford Edge. I fired shots, and I turned around at the intersection like a block up.
Uh huh.
I was on the phone with my dad. You can check my call logs.
Okay.
I was on the phone with my dad. I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
I've never been in this situation.
Tell you what, that's fine. And what we'll do is just keep it fresh in your mind. You're gonna talk to an investigator.
100%.
As long as you're telling the truth, and as long as things are, are what they are, yeah.
It was self-defense.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
I was
As long as things are what they are, you're gonna be fine. I can't give you that advice. I'm just saying.
I know.
All I'm gonna say is be honest. That's all I'm gonna say.
I will.
Okay. Because my thing is that you start lying to them, they're gonna know.
I promise.
Because the scene's gonna tell the whole everything.
I promise I won't lie.
Okay, that's the best advice to give you is just be honest.
So okay. My call logs will show my father.
Okay, you can tell the investigator all this, okay? I'm not going to write any of this down because you're in cuffs right now and stuff like that. So I'm just getting a basic story for the investigators, okay?
Can you roll down my window? It's a little bit.
I'll get the air on for you, okay?
Thank you.
The shooting victim, Douglas Lewis, was transported from the scene alive and rushed into surgery in critical condition. That same night, investigators pressed Anthony for answers.
You, Anthony?
I go by Tony.
How you doing? You doing okay?
I'm a little okay.
I'm glad you're okay.
Did any of the officers update you about the other guy?
So he's in surgery right now, so he's down at Regions, okay?
Is Rita along with you?
Yep, so you have the right to remain silent. What happened tonight?
So I was driving, my friends were behind me, Travis, Nick, and Evan.
Okay.
I had swapped the lanes and a vehicle had collided with me from behind. You can see on my phone that I have damage. There's damage in the right rear quarter of the vehicle.
Can you show me where the fender bender happened?
Like right here.
Before the actual turn?
Before the actual turn. So I pulled over. I let him pass.
Oh, okay. So you let him pass?
Yeah, because I'm not familiar with the area. So if he knew somewhere to pull over and exchange information, I would follow him. That was just my protocol.
Next, Anthony shares that another uninvolved driver in a Honda pulled behind him, a person of interest that was not mentioned earlier.
When I had pulled over, there was a 2014 or 2015 Honda Civic that had pulled behind me. I went and spoke with the driver of the Honda Civic first. He waved me down and said, hey, that guy was driving, I forget his exact words, but basically like a so he's like, I saw it all. If you need a witness, let me know. I have their information on my phone.
Anthony's phone was screen recording during that moment and captures a dialed number matching the Honda Civic driver, later identified as a pizza delivery driver with no prior connection to Anthony. The delivery driver later testifies that Douglas was driving erratically moments earlier. This information might help Anthony's case, as it suggests Anthony was not in an aggressive state or looking to shoot somebody after the crash.
I walked up to the driver of the Ford Edge and I said, hey, can I get your insurance information? He's like, yelled at me and said, let me get your insurance information. I said, okay, well, I'll pull it up on my phone. I have no issue doing so. Obviously, with a Fender button like that, you did really get the police involved, especially with everything going on. It's not necessary for. I've been in the Fender before to just swap information, go on your day. I walked back to my friends who were on the side of my vehicle. I spoke with them for a minute and I walked back. I went to the back of my truck, took pictures of the damage, and then I had walked around, got his plate number, and got the picture of the damage from his vehicle and that's the damage on my truck. I walked around and said, can I please just get your insurance information? And he started yelling at me. He said, I'm GD or something part of the gang.
Did this guy say anything other than I'm GD and kind of...
I can't remember exactly what he said. He's like, I'm GD, you don't want to with me.
You know what GD is?
I have no idea. It's a fender bender. I mean, it's not a big deal. I have insurance on my truck. I could have provided him with the information, but as soon as I asked him for the information on his vehicle, he got defensive with me and started yelling. At that point, I walked around the side of my truck and I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm going home. I said to my friends, just leave. And I walked around to my truck.
At the point that you told your friends to get out of there, you hadn't...
I did not have my gun on me.
No. Okay.
No. My pistol, I have a 6-hour 365 that is tucked between my console and my right leg. At that point, I put on my pistol onto my waistband, in my waistband holster, and I saw him jump into his car and then turn around, and he had almost like a flash moment, like doing this. And I yelled to my friends, I said, get the f*** out of here, get the f*** out of here. And I hopped in my truck, and he hopped in his car, and I put it in drive.
Okay, and then he started to leave, and so you were fully in your truck?
I was fully in my truck, door closed, in drive, ready to ride, just to get the f*** out of here.
Okay.
And as he was pulling away, I was following, I guess I was kind of following him, but I didn't mean to follow him, I was just trying to get out of the path. He threw it back in park, and he got out of the car. I opened my door, and you saw him turn around and go like this, and I saw him get out under the shirt again and try to act like he was going to point something at me. And at that point, I drawn my weapon. I fired 3 to 4 times, and I got back in my truck.
Did you see anything in his hand?
It was dark. From what he was making it seem like, he definitely had something on him. I don't know what it was, but I was in threat of my life.
Did you saw him fall over, or?
Yeah, I saw him keel, and that's at that point. Yep, keel on a knee, and then at that point I got in my truck and I got out of there. Turned around and tried to leave the scenario because I didn't want, just in case I did not extinguish the threat, I did not want to be part of the situation at that point.
While Anthony says he shot 3 or 4 times, he actually shot 6 times. However, misremembering the actual number of shots fired is fairly common during high-stress situations. An autopsy later reveals that Douglas was shot twice in the abdomen and once in each leg. He was pronounced deceased. The causes listed were homicide and exsanguination, or severe loss of blood.
At that point, I called my father, and I told him what is going on, and he said, just return to the scene, return to the scene, return to the scene. So I flipped another Huey, went right up the road. That's where the officers found me. I unloaded my gun, taken the one out of the chamber, set the holster on the seat, put the gun, the extra bullet, and the magazine in my glove box.
Investigators will later discover via phone records that Anthony called his father twice, once before the shooting and once after, while driving away from the scene. Anthony either doesn't recall the first phone call or has omitted it during this interrogation. Regardless, the alleged conversation during the unmentioned first call will create some unrest in the soon-to-follow court case. Phone records also indicate Douglas made a phone call around the time of the shooting as well. It's possible Douglas could have had his phone in his hands during the interaction. Regardless, reports confirm that Douglas was unarmed when Anthony shot him.
I don't know what he's going to be grabbing. He could be grabbing a knife or a gun, I don't know.
What was kind of going through your head about what you thought was happening, or what you were seeing?
I thought I was going to die. So I'm 5'5", 130 pounds, and I have this gentleman who's much bigger than me, probably much stronger than me, and I have no spleen and half a pancreas, that if I was to get physical with someone, I'd probably die in the middle of an altercation. And I was scared for my life. I've never been scared for my life before until that 10 incident.
Did you think about just backing out of there or not getting out of your truck at that
I didn't
point?
think that there was an option to do so with him being so close, and if he was going to get out of his car and start unloading on me, I would have died anyways.
Do you have a permit to carry? Okay. And when did you go through your training and get your permit?
2 years ago.
Okay. This person that you had an altercation with, do you know him?
Absolutely not. No.
You've never seen him before?
Never seen him before in my life.
Okay. Did you call 911 at any point?
No, I didn't.
Good.
I'll be honest with you, I was in shock. I didn't know what to do.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is something I never wanted to do in my life.
So the question we're going to have to answer is you're in your truck and then you get back out of the truck.
Correct.
Yeah. The question that is certainly going to come up is, why couldn't you reverse out of there? Why can't you back out? Or
I have a vehicle behind me. I have a gentleman that's getting out of his car, and if he has a gun on me, he's going to be ready to unload on my windshield.
Do you have any other firearms in your truck?
No.
Anything illegal in your truck that you're aware of?
No.
No dope or
no.
Did you have anything to drink that night?
Absolutely. I had a cocktail with my friends.
How many drinks you had?
One beer.
Do you remember what kind?
Bud Light.
After the interrogation, Anthony was taken to the hospital to be medically cleared and then brought to jail. He was held on a $1 million bond and was charged with 1 count of second-degree intentional murder, not premeditated, and 1 count of second-degree unintentional murder while committing a felony, that underlying felony being assault with a dangerous weapon. During court, he faced a potential lesser charge of second-degree manslaughter if the criteria for unintentional murder could not be met. Anthony pled not guilty to all charges, leading to a jury trial focused on the topics of intent and self-defense. The court must answer if Anthony was acting reasonably or maliciously. The case was so difficult to determine that a mistrial was declared after jurors could not come to a unanimous decision, resulting in a new trial. Notably, this case took place in the Twin Cities just weeks before the murder of George Floyd. As a result, the case became part of a broader public focus on racial injustice. In the year the court deliberated this case, roughly 1 in 4 Minnesota police officers either left the force or went on extended leave, and in Minneapolis, the force was reduced from about 900 officers to about 580 today. The high-profile nature of the case means that many were watching closely as the second jury reached its verdict. During pretrial, defense argued that 79 recorded jail calls with Anthony were irrelevant and prejudiced evidence, but the court permitted a snippet from one call due to its relevancy. The jail call was between Anthony and his father and changed the course of the whole case.
Anthony, just answer me one question.
What?
You went back to your car because you didn't have your gun on you. What did you go back to your car and get your gun for?
I had my gun on me. I thought that would sound better. I had it on me already. I need to talk to someone. And that night, I was so freaked out of everything that happened. I can give them an exact recollection of exactly what happened. I had it on me.
Prosecutors argued this evidence showed Anthony was willing to bend the story to appear less guilty, and the extent to which he would go could not be determined. In the end, the court acquitted Anthony on second-degree murder with intent and convicted him on second-degree murder without intent while committing a felony. The alternative lesser charge of manslaughter led to no adjudication. After his conviction, Douglas's family also successfully sued Anthony for damages totaling over $7.5 million. Roughly 1 year after the incident in June 2021, he was sentenced to 12.5 years in prison with 397 days of jail credit. This incident occurred in 2020. However, due to Minnesota's arduous public records laws, it took us almost half a decade to obtain the body cam. By the time this video is published, the suspect will only need to serve 2 more years of his prison sentence.